Imagine if we could predict the future with AI, astrology, and numerology. Imagine if you knew the future, what could you do? For education's purposes only. Let's see how we go.
As captains of industry and members of the general public, we surrendered to the darkness and became its slaves. Keep an eye out for inflation in general, not only hyperinflation. As I understand it, this environment breeds men who defy convention, which undermines. I see many say that modern theory relies on labeling people in order to get support. As droughts spread over the world, I observe that pressure in every state encourages a deep sense of guilt on its citizens. As I observe Europe, I think to myself, the people's passion is already aroused by the mounting hardship of the people. I can see that the event has had a significant impact, which over the course of a few years could bring a negative outcome to the populace. Beware of mass unemployment as well as mass stores being unoccupied. I hear a lot of people ask, how could a guy bear this load without trust in and love for people? As the world burns, I see a man stoking the fire, and I observe the populace's hope that they will once more rise to greatness and power. I can see that the entertainment sector is engaged in more than just selling people schemes. Secret meetings are being held by people due to changes in the jet stream. Keep an eye out for when tornadoes will strike. I can see some people have compared it to playing a first-person shooter with maze-like levels with armies of repetition machine attacking you from all sides. Beware of a period when illnesses are rampant. Many seem to believe that darkness wants to render our state defenseless, so they take control. Beware of mass unemployment and empty stores. I see that many people are aware of the reality that this corrupt system is already being pursued. I see the repetition machine indicated that they plan to suck the life on anyone shoved a mic in their face. Many saw some cry after the scenario ended, with milk all over their faces. Beware the day when several states declare bankruptcy. I hear many people complain that taking advantage has no notion of what community life is like. After years of making payments on their debts, I observe people convincing themselves that they will never be able to settle everything. Beware the moment when the value of the US dollar falls to that of the peso. From what I see, many people eventually realize that they will never be able to pay their debts. Beware of tough times. They are not about you, they are about what you do. Friends in Need, which I regard alongside Repetition Machine as being the great stealth assault on society, is still having an impact today despite being thoroughly debunked. But as usual, our liberalists set the bar high and show the way. I can now see that while the Repetition Machine continued to propagate false information, beware of mass unemployment and vacant stores, I see that a new river, one of opposition, is beginning to flow among the masses. Beware of times when people can't lease out their properties to pay off their bills with more than a few years. However, I can see the people's glory. I can see that people want change, but they will soon discover that the use of repetition typically controls the balance of power. Why don't we have responses to the queries I observe people posing? The reason for this is that neither individuals nor repeating puppets are posing the inquiry. Be careful when commercial real estate collapses. I see empty stores in our state have turned into feeding grounds for parasites. Beware of the times when social security and pensions will fail.
Check out past posts to see what we got right, and let us know in the comments to improve the algorithm. To find out your own numerology and how it affects your life, check out the description.